What's up, guys, and welcome to Black Myth Wukong review. Look, I know I'm a bit late to the Black Myth Wukong review, but, you know, there's a lot of games that came out. I'm busy, and this game was f***ing hard, dude. Not made by From Software, but a From Software-like. A gaming genre made for masochists. Yeah, I think I learned playing this game and through playing Elden Ring. I don't know if this genre is for me. You know, like I want to play games to escape and have fun and not want to, you know, rip my hair out. But regardless of how I feel about this game, there is no doubt that it is for sure incredible. Contender for the game of the year, and I really feel like it's going to win. And just the genre in general that's just been taking over recently through From Software itself or games trying to replicate that same kind of gaming style. It's so good, a DLC from Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erdtree, is up for Game of the Year. What? That's kind of dumb in my opinion. You already won 1 year, dude. All right? You don't gotta win 2 times in a row. Get out of here. Let me start with what I like about Black Myth Wukong. This game is visually top tier. This really feels like we're in the Unreal Engine 5 era now. And so look at the fuzzies on that fruit. This game is beautiful. Holy f***. Through the lighting and the texture and the attention to detail on all the characters, all the mobs and Wukong himself. Like, bro, look at this. I can smell this forest. I can smell the foliage. It reminds me of God of War, dropping you into a completely different culture, and it's just so rich and vibrant and just unapologetically accurate to an extent. The intro to this game is one of the dopest intros to any game ever, dude. Real Azura's Wrath vibes. Going from the start menu right into the cinematic, your Wukong, jumping on Nimbus, ready to fight the gods. I was surprised that I knew some of these names. Like, obviously, Wukong. Wukong is literally in everything. Real quick, he is the true multiverse character, right? Like, he's literally in it. Pick a MOBA. He's in it. Smite. League. There's a skin of him in Overwatch. Like, he's in everything, dude. And I knew his adversary, Erlang Shen, and various other characters that were throughout this entire game. And that was another thing that really separated this game from all the other From Software games. There was a legitimate story. Granted, the main character only spoke in the first scene. This is a game where everyone else around the main character tells the story for you. And also not just through dialogue, just the visual storytelling was so beautiful.
Out of nowhere, it's just the art style completely different. That's so sick. Just turned into an anime.
And extremely poetic.
Oh my god, this is so sick. Oh, he was the fire.
Another dope thing about this game was the level design. It was definitely a more linear game, but they did such a good job at making it feel not linear. There were so many hidden pathways and different paths you could take to get to the main goal that they wanted you to eventually hit. It's a game that really wants you to explore. And I thought I did some fucking exploring, dude, but by the end of the game, I was like, man, I never found this thing, or I never found that. And I looked it up. And I'm like, oh, there was this pathway over here. You have to go back to this chapter to then jump to this chapter and talk to this guy, fight this boss, and then come back and fight that boss. It was so cool. It felt like you were traveling the realms, just like in God of War Ragnarok. You had to go back and forth and do things in different realms to unlock certain power-ups and weapons. Damn it, I had to do that because some of these bosses, man, it's difficult. The first chapter is very deceiving. I actually beat that chapter quite easily, and it didn't feel too great. And I was misled, I should say. I beat the main boss of the first chapter, the big black bear. I was like, oh, okay. That's pretty easy. That's not too bad. And then chapter 2 rolls around, and I get to the main boss there. And 2 hours later, I beat him. And look, I don't mind if a boss is difficult. I don't care if it's there to just beat your ass. But the one main thing that I hated about this game was some of these hitboxes. Some of these gigantic bosses had terrible hitboxes.
And it whiffs. Like,
So not only is the boss difficult in its own right, now half of my hits aren't hitting because hitbox. I'm just whiffing for no reason. And even some of the combat moves that Wukong has just doesn't make sense. I'm gonna move forward, pa, 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 and I'm gonna jump backwards and slam the ground. And now I whiffed. How does that feel? Not good. That's how that feels. It was one boss in particular that really made me contemplate my life. It's like, what am I doing? What am I really doing? Why do I need to play this game? It was the 100-eyed Taoist. This centipede, half centaur man thing. I couldn't stop whiffing. And you could easily miss a very important item in order to beat this. And look, I'm sure there's some guy with a no-hit challenge on the entire game already. I get that. I know. I'm just saying from my experience, you know, I'm new to From Software-like games. My first one was Elden Ring. And I'm sure there's other bosses that just completely shit on everything in this game in terms of difficulty. But this guy, man, fuck. He had a phase 2 that was just straight up a domain expansion. What am I fighting, Gojo? What the f? This Jujutsu Kaisen? I didn't know that. He would take away your stamina. His moves were insane. It felt impossible to the point where I just had to look it up, dude. I just had to YouTube that shit. There was an item, a needle that you would cast, and it would break that second phase to where he would be like a normal second phase, you know? A doable boss. Not too difficult. And you could easily just miss it. It was in the previous chapter. Again, you had to go find some hidden pathway, fight the thing, go over here, find another thing, go like I appreciate the developers wanting you to like really explore and experience, but when there's something that fucking hard and you need a certain item, kind of put it in your way, please. I literally booted up stream ready to fight this boss, and 3.5 hours later I beat him. It hurt. It was really just that boss and the boss in chapter 2 with all the sand that would disappear and come back. Anytime a boss would like get rid of like your lock on and just f you up, it was irritating. A little irritating, not gonna lie. A lot of irritating. Anytime it was a difficult boss but normal hitbox, even if I got my ass beat, I was still having fun. It wasn't too bad. And I got that dopamine hit, and when I beat him, just like, oh yeah, finally, you know? And I really contemplated on whether or not I wanted to beat the game. Like, really did. But I pushed through, and I'm glad I did, because that ending was just beauty and incredible. I love how this game gives you so many tools at your disposal, so many different kind of play styles you could go through. Just like in a From Software game, just remapping your points to, you know, more magic. I want to come up with all my abilities. Or I just want to just hard DPS, put everything into fucking damage, you know? I want my shadow clones to shadow clone. I'm trying to be Naruto out here, you know what I'm saying? So even with those pretty difficult boss fights, I thought the combat was still pretty fucking awesome. Again, visually incredible. The story, beautiful, poetic. I wish we got a little more from Wukong. I wanted him to have a little more character. I wanted him to talk a little bit. Say something, at least at the end when, you know, spoiler alert, when he fully becomes one. And again, adding to how much content they give you in this game, it's like, oh, I beat the game, and I looked up and no, you didn't, because I really thought like, hey, I should have fought Erlong Shen, right? Fought him in the beginning, big bad, ending, should rematch, but that wasn't the case. You had to do a slew of different side missions in order to get this secret ending where you fight Erlong Shen and the rest of his homies at your full power, dude. But after I beat the game, I was like, I'm good. I'll look that up. I'm sure it was awesome. And it looked fucking incredible. As a new IP for their first game, this is something else. And even with some of those things that kind of fuck me up and draw me away from the game, I still wanted to get back in and play it the next day, you know? I'm pretty sure that's what the From Software genre is all about. Just a cycle of like, I love this game, I hate it, I never want to play it again. Maybe I could beat that boss. I love this game, you know? Like, it's a full-on cycle. Yeah, with that, I think I give this game Nimbus Cloud out of 10. I got Nimbus! I got Nimbus back! Nah, but really, I think I give this game like an 8.3 out of 10. It's not a perfect game by any means. There are better games. There are better From Software games like Elden Ring. No one does it better than the originator of the genre, but this comes pretty fucking close. And whenever a sequel comes out, I've told myself I'm not gonna play this game. No, I'm probably gonna get it. I know myself. I'm going to get the game. I'm going to hate myself in hard boss fights. And I'm going to have fun at the end of the day. And that's what this game's all about. You know what I'm saying? Having fun. So with that, I bid you adieu. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the bell for more videos like this. I'm reviewing a shit ton of movies. Right now, it's Harry Potter season. You know what I'm saying? We'll check all that out. I got Harry Potter reviews on here. I'm playing Hogwarts Legacy on stream. Gonna review that later. And yeah, links down below for all that. And take care now. And bye by then. Ta-ta.